You brainwashed idiots. This is the normal punishment for those who have misbehaved. So I was sent these message board back and forth conversations by a friend of mine. So what this is a Russian nationalist, a very hardcore Russian nationalist, the type we criticize often on this channel. What he's doing here is he's having a debate, a back and forth with other people on a message board about why the footage that came out showing two Russian soldiers engaging in oral sex when they were both men was not gay. It was not gay at all. It wasn't homosexual. He hates the gays. He's so homophobic. Even if that's part of, you know, Russian military culture, and he possibly even engaged in it himself. This is, now we can get into like the specifics and nuance of this in a second, but this feels like military grade copium, like experimental Black Mesa levels of copium that we've never even seen before on this channel. So let's read this. Just, I can't say the slurs because I'm on Twitch, but I'm gonna read it and just replace F slur with F slur. You get the idea. Let's read. They are not gay, referring to the two soldiers engaged in oral sex. You brainwashed idiots. This is the normal punishment for those who have misbehaved or behaved inappropriately towards comrades in arms. When I served in 2012 to 2013, we also practiced this. We would put a dick on the lips of those who would let the team down by reporting to seniors that we used telephones on weekdays or gathered in the mess hall after lights out. This is a common practice and has nothing to do with pedestry. They're trying to basically say homosexuality is pedophilia, like you do in the West. Okay, so that's the first part. Let's read the second part. I want to micro-analyze all of this, but this is okay. First, let's macro-analyze this bit. So everybody else is brainwashed for pointing out that footage of Russian soldiers engaging in gay sex is gay. That's the first thing he says. He then says that gay sex and having men suck your penis is a normal punishment in the Russian army, and that he and others practiced this behavior between the years of 2012 and 2013 as punishment for their comrades. So this feels like a lot of personal investment, a lot of, you know, I participated in this and I don't want to accept that possibly putting a penis in my mouth might somewhat be homoerotic. Okay, so let's go into the second part. Second part of this. I might have to bring the chat off screen so you can see it all. You are stupid Western rainbow F-slurs. In our army, it is called, I can't even begin to pronounce that. Like, it's something, I can't pronounce it, but it's in Russian, which is a tradition which has been there for decades. Nothing homosexual or erotic here. It's just a way of punishment for extreme misdemeanors against your squad. This is a normal thing in any all-male collective, not only army. Stop projecting it too much. We are not gays. We hate F-slurs here. We even beat them on the streets. Fuck all of you dumb Western shills. I have told you what is the difference between our tradition of punitive sex and all male collectives and literal F-slurritry like you do in the degenerate West. Yet it seems you refuse to see the difference here. I wonder why. At least here, where I live, we have no rainbow flags in the streets, and if we see F-slurs here holding hands or being dressed in rainbow-colored clothes, we beat them immediately, etc. And the police does not stop us from it and let it stay so forever. Now, this is the most genuine form of homophobia. And the reason why this is the most genuine form of homophobia is that this man is so terrified that him putting a penis in his mouth, which is obviously homoerotic, could somehow come off as gay, that he needs to run onto this message board and argue back and forth while the footage of Russian soldiers engaging in oral sex was totally not gay. And this feels like that South Park episode where like Cartman did something similar to this, to like prank a friend and then shared the pictures to everyone and then had to like debate every single person on how it totally wasn't gay. It wasn't gay, and he like showed it to the whole class, just arguing to everyone it wasn't gay, it was a prank. This is the same behavior. This guy is so genuinely scared of having engaged in a homoerotic activity that he's going to go back and forth in this debate, throwing slur after slur, and I mean just like trying to throw haymakers to justify his homoerotic activity. And the thing is, not only is this the most genuine form of homophobia there is, which is this is a real fear of homosexuals and being a homosexual, but he's also not completely wrong. And I'm not saying that what he did wasn't gay or homoerotic. It was very much homoerotic. It's that there actually is Russian military culture that engages in somewhat like this activity. That doesn't mean it's always punitive. Sometimes it's just straight out homoerotic. Other times, even though they probably would never admit to it, it is just straight up homosexual. There is a lot of pictures and a lot of videos and a lot of evidence to this fact. And so he is touching on a real phenomenon where Russian soldiers will blow each other. They'll jerk each other off. Not even, he says it's punitive, by the way. It's not always punitive. AO source, I talked to a few of my Russian friends and Ukrainian friends. I even talked to a former Russian soldier about this off stream to double check. Because I asked them about this, and every time they'd come back to me like, yeah, this happens. And I'm just like blown away. But they would engage in oral sex. They would jerk each other off, sometimes even anal sex, to be completely frank. They'd engage in this type of activity, and they wouldn't see it as gay. They wouldn't see it as gay as all. Now, does this sometimes lead to people discovering the homosexuality? I mean, I guess so, probably. There are probably also homosexuals who engaged in such activity. Not the punitive type, because obviously that's rape. And rape does occur in the Russian army. It is a major issue. Sex abuse in the Russian army is a major, major issue. But there are Russian soldiers that engage in homosexual activity, and then they'll try to pretend that it isn't gay. The Spartans, people are asking in chat, Dylan, were the Spartans gay, Dylan? Kinda. I mean, can we really say that there isn't some homoeroticism involved with a bunch of men sleeping with other men? Or in the Spartans' cases, I think... No, in the Spartan cases, it was like a bunch of men sleeping with other men, or teenagers, or teenage boys. Like that, you can't tell me that isn't gay. That isn't, at the very least, homoerotic. At the very least, bisexual. If you get sexual pleasure from having sex with another man, you are at the very least bisexual. The Spartans were giga gay. They were like gay. They were gay supreme. They were just a big talking, walking rainbow. They used to say the Greeks invented sex and the Romans invited women. That's actually pretty funny. Anyway, getting around this, I just wanted to show you guys how deep homophobia can go in the Russian society. That you could literally engage in gay sex. And not all of it, I mean, he says it's all punitive. Not all of it is punitive. You could literally engage in gay sex in the Russian army and be like, it's not gay at all. It isn't homoerotic at all. This is totally normal for me to take my penis and put it on the lips of another man, or put my lips on the penis of another man. It isn't homoerotic at all. And then we'll see Chechen commanders giving speeches to their soldiers how they're fighting the homosexuality of the degenerate West. Then 5 hours later, they're putting their cocks in each other's mouths. Like, come on, man. You can't rage a crusade against homosexuality, then act like you're from the middle of Athens, okay? That's all I'm saying. Could you imagine if like I came on stream and I said, I'm not gay, but sometimes when this cute guy down the road misbehaves, you know, I'll invite him over, right? If I said that on stream, you would all laugh at me for good reason. You would all laugh at me if I was like, I'm not gay, but like the other day, you know, my roommate, I accidentally spilled some coffee on his pants, and you know, I had, you know, punishment, you know, just like you would all laugh at me for good reason. Come on, man. The most homophobic men in Russia suck dick. Just to be clear, let me say that one more time. The most homophobic Russian men suck dick. Okay. It's gay porn logic. Exactly. It's not gay, the balls didn't touch. It's not gay, the balls didn't touch as a real poster, as a real person, right here. Okay?